Hello, welcome to 100 Days of Letting Go, and it's me, Nina. I just have finished filming my loose watercolor class that will be about the sakura trees in blossom, and I have some 10 spare minutes, so I decided I really like to play and to see what would be the message for me today. Playing with my sketchbook and colors. So I hope that you're also excited for this new day video. And let's see what will appear. So that for those who are new, that is my personal experiment, my personal challenge, that 100 days I will explore my inner world, and every time to allow myself to let go, and that is a really great tool where I combine loose watercolor with art therapy. I'm a certified art therapist, and explore those kind of unconscious limitations, which I do not notice or whatever. So that is something which I can explore in playful way. And let's see, because it's something really interesting. And I paint totally spontaneous. I don't know what I will finish. Generally, yeah, I specialize in loose style, so I'm quite for me it's quite normal not to control what I will get as the end result. I got used to this, but I think this is something more interesting and more beautiful, because I consider it more like inner world and inner work. So it doesn't matter my final result. What I want to do is to explore, because at some point when we start just picking up those colors which we feel like at this moment, and or also it could be that when we start with some question or some issue which is we are worrying about, then it's really interesting how that painting at certain point starts to talk to you. And I think that is the most beautiful and the most really touching moment of revelation, when you start to feel that actually the painting is telling you something and has a message for you and transmits that message. So at the moment this looks more like a further, could be. And as a reminder to be really light and fly like a bird. I think that is also quite interesting thought for me, that the bird, when the birds generally know when they are flying, they are interacting with the wind, no? That with which force they need to move their wings in order to be able to fly. And you know that it's really beautiful to observe when it's really windy, and the birds they are floating, no, with the wind. And I find this very very true, because in fact they trust, in that moment they trust their body to the wind completely, And I think that for me, what it transmits is this painting and those thoughts which have made me finish thinking about the birds, that we are also we also could be like birds. I only think we need to trust the flow, no, and to trust completely, I think, to our feelings and to our soul. And that is something that probably we haven't been trained so much, because mainly we train our rational mind, like mental part, and we forget that we are also spiritual creatures. And for us, for be alive, it's the same important, the same as much important as our rational mind, that we need to have that our spiritual body and so that nurtured, it just doesn't come the word, but so that to have that food for our soul as well, and to have that experience where we just trust what will appear. So I find this practice, in fact, it helps to play, and for me it helps to trust that my part, that I don't know when I start to record, I don't know what will appear, what will be the message, and I don't know was it's message for me, for you, for someone who is watching for me for the first time. But that's their message which I get while I completely let myself go, and that is my tool, art and watercolor, that I don't control, and when I let it go, then I start to receive the replies to my questions. And I think it's really beautiful when you trust yourself. So it starts to bloom, and I really like how it's changing the painting. And I do hope that also for you it transmits some that support, so that trust yourself more and act in accordance to what you feel, because that is another point, that we could feel, but then we don't trust enough ourselves and we do not act. That it's also important to act according to what you feel. And for this you need to have courage. Let's say that is this experiment. It's exactly about this, that I don't know, and I have no idea, but I do it because I feel that maybe someone will need it besides me, and in fact I enjoy this, doing this, and if I can help someone, that's so great, because when I'm doing this I enjoy it. And that's also, I want to transmit you this joy from just playing. And another thing that I feel so much alive when I'm doing this, that I really like it. Probably a bit of blue, and let's see how it will react with this blue. So tender. And quite often we are so serious and rushing and think about responsibilities that we don't allow this time for ourselves to play. But this time also is very important. So I think that I don't want to... I was thinking that to add stems, and then I thought that no, because it's the way it is. It has appeared this way, and I don't need to add something else. For those who want to see, they will see those stems behind, those flowers. I think it's also like some kind of spring spirit, don't you find? And I really like this part. Have you ever tried doing these watercolor splatters? This is really, really joyful. And then I think that for me the message of this is that to trust myself and just to bloom. That's it. And to have it even more funnier, that moment of some surprise. Let's see what I will get today. Steam from a cup. Okay. That is one prompt. And let's see another prompt. I see. Let's check. Wait. Add negative space emphasis. I really like that. I feel that kind of synchronicity with the prompts and with my painting. Have you noticed when I was doing this part? So that was painting. You have seen there was nothing, and then once I have made this kind of idea of there, and now I will do another one. Yeah, you will see how beautiful it is. This is called negative painting. So exactly, that is add negative space painting, and it makes me think, about what that in fact sometimes that's not sometimes, generally, like that part which we consider like negative, it helps us to make stronger, to make it brighter, our positive part. So you see that if it won't be this negative space around the subject, then the subject won't look so shiny and bright. So that's why appreciate also your negative spaces, your shadows, because what they help us is to bring more light. And I think it's really powerful. I want to add more light, as I was telling. So here would be this kind of, oh, it's so nice. I really like. And here, some more light to this flower. Yeah, and for here. So that it would be darker center, and for here I will add also some. That's it, and probably a bit more. Some blue. I would like to add some blue. Probably, yeah, I will keep on with the same one. And for here. And also I have another blue. Yeah. So beautiful. I really like today's painting. It feels like some kind of renewal which is coming with spring, and that makes us feel more alive. So that don't be afraid to let it go, because letting go, in fact, which brings that kind of surprises, and is what makes us to feel really alive. And steam from a cup. I still need to paint some steam. Does this looks like a steam? No? Okay, I will create some steam as well. And I think that I would place that steam somewhere over here. Let's see how it will work. That this paint, it's not easy to remove from this. Probably I will leave the way it is. It's like, does this count like a steam? But yeah, I really like. It's so much sun, full of sun, this and light, this painting. And I do hope that you also can feel this light and this tender. Oh, what I can add, I think that I would like to add one more. Probably with yellow here, like one more bloom. Or here. It could be not so perfect, but that's fine. Just play. Here it is, and some blue. That is something like some. I feel also that one of the things that what I feel is with this project that somehow I'm spreading those seeds, encouraging you to let go your fears, to let go your control, and that is my way, through art therapy, through watercolor. And I do hope that at some point you will feel brave enough, and that also you will allow yourself to play. So this is, for me, this bud will represent that moment, that when you also will start to bloom, and that you also will start to play and enjoy this kind of freedom, this kind of freedom of letting go, control, perfectionism, to play, just play and be alive here and now. Thank you for being with me, present, painting. I'm really looking forward to read your comments, how it has been today, how do you feel today, whether you have done some kind of challenging that practice, playing with your watercolors and letting go that control. Please share. I'm always happy to read your comments, and see you in the next day. Bye. With lots of love, Nina.